Okay, my name is Stephen Watts. I'm a fourth-year rower at the University of California, Santa Barbara. I started in rowing as a walk-on freshman. I sort of knew I wanted to do the sport coming into college because my sister had rowed at Northwestern University a couple years prior. So I was sort of aware I was going to do the sport, but also at UCSB, our recruiting strategy, we're known for being pretty aggressive. So I was approached a couple of times on campus by the recruiting officers for the rowing team, and they also convinced me to go to an interest meeting and get started in the sport. I think the sport in general, or okay, I think rowing has a lot of tradition. I did a lot of sports in high school, and I never really felt that sense of tradition that I get with rowing at UCSB. But yeah, it's just such an old sport, and it's one of the first collegiate sports ever in the United States. The first race, I think, happened sometime in the mid-19th century between one of those old Ivy League schools. So I think it's a sport that has a lot of tradition, and being a history major myself, I find that really interesting. Least favorite thing about rowing is probably the really long steady states. Our coach a lot of the time will have us do hour or 45-minute steady states, and I just get really impatient, but you got to do it. So I guess on the other side of that, it's trained me to have a lot of patience, which I think is good. Yeah, I think rowing has helped me, especially with time management. As I think we all know, it's a lot of time. There's morning practices, and oftentimes the same day there's an afternoon practice, which is weights or another erg. So I think it forces you to be really strict about having a schedule and waking up early, which is something we're all going to have to do later on in life for jobs and whatnot. So I think just expecting more out of yourself. We don't have it as easy as other students do. And I think that's a good lesson learned, is to kind of push yourself, and while things might be a little tougher on you, you're making yourself a better person and challenging yourself. So I think that applies to rowers, and it transcends on being a student athlete. I would say to people that are looking into the sport, definitely do it. It's going to be one of the best decisions you've ever made. I can say for myself, all my good friends are from rowing, and my freshman year I put on like 15 or 20 pounds of good weight. So it's been really good in that sense, and even if rowing isn't your thing, just find a sport that you're really passionate about, and I think you'll be good. You'll be happy you did it. To novices, I'd say stick around. I know, especially with club teams, we have some difficulties retaining people and keeping the freshmen interested, but stick around, because if you can help build a program, that's going to be one of the most rewarding things you ever do. So stick around for those 4 years and see what you can do to leave your program better than when you found it. My favorite thing in general about rowing is probably I think, just like I was saying, the tradition of it. I just love the tank trading and coxswain toss traditions, and then also at UCSB our own traditions that we have, and we just had our 50th anniversary this past year, and just to meet those guys that started us out and put in all the work to get us to where we are today, where we're contending to win medals at the national competition. It's just awesome to see their vision for our team be fulfilled, and then also on the other side of that, thinking about where the team will be in another 50 years when we come back for our 100th anniversary, where the team will be, and everything like that. So think from the rowing team, like I was saying, you learn to challenge yourself more than other people. Don't just hold yourself to the standard and run with the pack. I guess set yourself apart and make things tough for yourself, because it's gonna pay off later. And I learned that from rowing, because UCSB, I think, has a reputation as kind of a party school and a really chill atmosphere, as they say. But we hold ourselves to a higher standard than that on the team, and I guess that just holding yourself to a higher standard than other people, than what people expect of you. I am the team president. I'm a rower. I sit 4 seat in the JV8. As president, communicating with the school officials and the coaches, making sure what they want to communicate to the team is said, and I think just making sure there's the correct mindset and attitude on the team, as well as some other administrative tasks, like we had our 50th anniversary and just overseeing that and making sure that went all smoothly, as well as facilitating sort of team bonding things and sort of going along with keeping the right mindset and attitude on the team. Yeah, I just say I think oftentimes people just see it and sort of see this thing that looks like kayaking and assume that's what it is, but it takes so much more dedication and commitment than oftentimes people see from the outside when they're just driving over a bridge and seeing Nate rowing in the river or whatever. But that dedication and that commitment is gonna carry on a lot further than just your college career. That's gonna stay with you your whole life. So I think rowers are gonna make the best employees when it comes to adult life.